Hello, once again, everybody out there in TV land. My name is Ranger J 1999. I'm part of the RSG crew and your host, and welcome to another lunch stream. What is our lunch stream? That's where we hang out with you wonderful folks for the next hour or so, where we'll answer your questions, we'll do some roster reviews, we'll just hang out, and we'll cover all the latest and greatest of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Speaking of which, today's Wednesday, so tonight we will have our Wednesday night stream, the longest running live stream in the Galaxy of Heroes community, where we break down all the latest news and notes in the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community and game and give you a little bit of insight of what it all means. So let's introduce everybody, then we'll get through the mechanisms and we'll get this show started. Joining me first of all, let's get everybody introduced. You guys know all these people, but let's get them an introduction anyway. We've got, of course, the Great Grim the Mechanic.
How's it going, guys?
We have the soloist one who's not a vampire but has gingivitis.
I got 20 points yesterday for hitting a sign.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding. And last but not least, who hits signs all the time not for points, the one and only Mike Hunt.
Good evening.
And that's because he drives on the wrong side of the road because he's British.
No, you do.
No, you do.
No, you do. We taught you how to drive. Right?
Listen, the U.S. is where cars and automobiles came from. We set the standard there, Mikey.
I went in the media and I almost went into the wrong side of the road.
Oh, this says radar gain. Maybe later. We're glad to have them here. Finn is in a meeting. He'll be here in a little bit. Grande may show up. You never know when Grande's going to show up. He just pipes in, guys! This is your boy Grande Patron! Like, okay, Grande. No more sugar for you. Mechanisms. Right. Let's get to it. If you guys could, stop what you're doing. Give us a thumbs up on the video. It really does help us out tremendously. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We also have our Patreon. So if you'd like to become a Patreon supporter, we very greatly appreciate that. We appreciate all our Patreons. All the money gets used to update our stuff, get better equipment, make the streams better. I mean, I love to spend it on going to Hooters for lunch and hookers and blow, but that's far down the road. One day I'll have a mansion from all your great support where all the RSG folks can come hang out, men and women, and we can just have a good time, making fun of Finn and his poor collection and eating Twinkies. We'll just laugh and point at him as we drink margaritas and sit by the pool. But until then, we humbly are at your need. So if you'd like to become a Patreon supporter, please do. We also have our ACS campaign, which is really starting to ramp up. We're going to try to do some more stuff for the ACS campaign tonight on the Wednesday night stream. We got some cool stuff we're going to be giving away again. So stay tuned for that. That's Dr. Finn. I'll let him talk about that when he gets in here. So please check out the ACS campaign. In 2 months, we're going to be running a half marathon. So we really need your guys' support. We got to get to 15,000. We're right around 5,000, so we're a third of the way there. We have another big stream coming up on the 16th where we're going to be doing lots of gaming. We got some really cool surprises for you guys on that day. I can't say anything, but let's just say it's going to be worth you guys being there, and we're going to need your support to spread the word so we can raise money. And also Saturday, you guys don't know, 9:30, I think it's 9:30 p.m. Eastern, if I'm not mistaken, the Angels are having a stream on Operation Metaverse to help us raise money. So I'm very excited about that, and the lovely ladies of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, the Angels, they're amazing. We love them. We try to support them in everything they do, and they're doing another Angel stream, so excited about that. All right, that's all the mechanisms. Let's get into this. If you have questions, put those questions in chat. Make sure you put question in front of your statement, and Mr. Gingivitis will scoop them up, and he is monitoring chat, so don't get out of line or he'll steal your soul. All right, that being said, we got some roster reviews today, so let's do it. So let me just...
two Dark Lords rosters.
Oh, I don't want... you know what? I'm done. No, we've got to do it because they're awesome people, Graham, and just because Grande is in charge doesn't mean that these aren't wonderful people. Come on, Graham, we got to get past that.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Well, that's Grande's fault. It's not their fault that Grande is Grande. So, let's see here. So Rio Zoba is the first one. Of course, they're in Dark Lord, so shout out to the Dark Lords. Let's see here. Let me see what he wants. I haven't made it into the top 10 of my arena shards, so any tips to make that happen would be great. Besides that, just some tips on characters to focus on next. I have fluffed GP, unfortunately. Well, it happens. At least you can admit it. I like that. All right.
Yeah, it happens. Sometimes you accidentally Zeta First Order TIE Fighter pilot.
Yeah. Well, you just never gonna let T give that up, you know? It's just poor T Money. All right, so well, I guess this is well no, he just got rank 10 recently. I mean, you're doing way better. He's got Revan now, so one thing I'm noticing, you are using Hermit Yoda. Now, Hermit Yoda on offense in your Revan team is really, really good. However, Jolie, I just like Jolie better. And I like him on offense a little bit better for Yoda. Some people like Hermit Yoda. That's fine. You can get more assists. I like Jolie personally. The matches go a little bit longer, but you saw yesterday I did a couple Revan matches where I did it in under 3 minutes, right around there. So it can be done. Jolie is an option, especially on defense that you want on there. Jolie, I think, is a much better defensive piece. I think that could be one thing that's hurting you a little bit. People see Hermit Yoda, especially since he's undergeared and they're going after you and you're dropping rank. You're going to drop rank anyway.
He
Because
has a Zeta Jolie.
Yeah, maybe he is doing that. I mean, you know, GG doesn't always update correctly, so I'm just speculating here on that. But yeah, Jolie is your better option, especially on defense. So that could be one of the reasons why you're suffering a little bit. We'll look at your mods, but since we're on your characters, let's go ahead and start looking at your characters and what you should be working on. Pretty solid roster. Just a quick look. Hermit Yoda. He does have.
I just looked in game for his ally code, and he is using Hermit Yoda.
Okay. His Jolie is only gear 10. He does have the Zeta, but he's only gear 10. Okay. I think once you get Jolie to 11, especially get him to 12 before you do Hermit Yoda, you put Jolie in your lineup. Makes a huge difference. I like Hermit Yoda. You can use him on offense, but I think overall Jolie's better, and I like him more on defense. And I think you can get more bang for your buck. I know for a fact that there's a guy in my shard that uses Hermit Yoda. Climbs fine, but drops a lot because everyone's like, oh, Hermit Yoda win. So, let's see here. I mean, that res for Jolie on defense it's huge. It changes the whole dynamic of what you have to do to defeat a Revan team. It can still be beaten, and it can be beaten easily, but it's still a lot harder, and RNG can go against you where you're like, crap. Damn it, Jim. So I think that's the first thing is get your Jolie to minimum 11, throw him in your team, and get him to 12 and put him on your team. That is a priority, I think. That'll make a difference for you. But we'll check out your mods, too, and see where you're at. You know what? Let's do that now. The biggest thing is Revan. We can look at his other characters, but I want to see what his overall speed is. Where is his speed?
I'm looking. He's 2 pieces of gear away from gear
286. 11. Not bad. It's not bad. It's not. You probably are going to. It's not a big deal if your Revan doesn't. I mean, it makes a huge difference if your Revan can go first. But the fact that, you know, you've got solid speed on there. He's probably one of the faster Revans, but when you're talking top 10, it comes down to 1 or 2 speed. Now, their Revan can go first, and you can still win. So, it's not a speed issue per se. But we'll go back through there and look at it. But let's go back to your characters overall and give you an idea of an overall roster here, what you need to work on. I'm just going to go down to the teams and see what I see as we go along here. Bounty Hunters are fine. Dengar's 9, Cad Bane's 10, Greedo's 9. Bubba and Bosk are 12. IG-88 is 11. Boss does have the Zeta. So Bounty Hunters overall pretty solid. One thing I am going to caveat, besides Jolie working on his gear, Horde, we've been saying this for this whole month. We don't know what the Grievous rework's going to entail, and we don't know what else surprises that CG has coming at the end of February or March. We encourage people to hoard their resources because we don't want to get flat-footed. Wait on Grievous, even if he's spectacular. We still want to wait till the end of the month to see if there's anything else coming along the lines there. So these are things that just after this time period that you can start really focusing on. So maybe a little bit of gearing after Jolie for these guys. Bounty hunters are pretty solid. Next thing you always want to look at is First Order. Pretty good. Again, gear. The good thing is you've got all these characters farmed. It's just gear now. The other Zed on Kylo is pretty much something you need to work on. Same thing with, and then add a First Order Stormtrooper. This is something that you can work on the back after you've got Jolie squared away. Zetas I would still hold on to. We know what's going on with the droids, but for the most part it's just gear and Zetas that I'm looking at right now for team completions, which is totally fine. You've got them farmed, and that's the big thing. Imperial Troopers, another solid team that we want to see. 11, 11, 11, 11, 10. Jet Trooper needs to go to at least 11. Stark definitely needs to go to 11. You want to get him above 235 speed, but your troopers for the most part are pretty solid. Yeah, this is kind of a thing I'm seeing here, Graham and guys, that a lot of the teams are stars are done. We just got to get them focused on maybe a team after this month and really get them going. We already know about his Jedi. Let's look at Night Sisters. Night Sisters are solid. Really good job. Zombies at least 10. The Zetas are on the team. Good. 12. Okay. I don't have a problem with that. Night Sisters look pretty good. Talia may be something you may want to work on eventually for gear. Again, we're holding off on that. Scoundrels overall. Emphasis 5-star. Gear 11. Okay. Have a lot of the pieces. I mean, there's some work to do on the Scoundrels, not close. Young Han's done. Kira and some of the other ones need to be worked on, but at least they're 5-star, 6 stars. I guess you are farming them, so if you are farming them, that's totally fine. Rebels, 3PO 6 stars. Gear 10. Maybe finish up to at least get him to 11. That's something you may consider. See where your Ewoks are. Ewoks, okay, just need a little bit more gear, but don't do anything on your Ewoks until a month or two from now, because when the 3PO event comes back or gets announced, then you can start working on gear, especially if you've got them farmed and you got the right ones farmed. You need to finish Wicket, but that's not a big deal. You've got the Zed on Chirper, which is really good, so when 3PO comes back around, your pillar system will be fine. Rebels, Sith, let's look at Sith. Alright, Sith looks solid. Trey is 5-star, so you're still working on her, getting her shards. That'll come with time, but you do have the 2 Zetas on there. Scion, Nihilus, good. Very good. Even Sith Troopers, he's 7-star. He's gear 7, but he's 7-star. So really, from what I'm seeing from your roster here, Rio, is that it's not a farm check. You could be farming whoever you're farming. I say stick with your plan. You're obviously know what you're doing with the farm. It's just a matter of picking a team and finishing it out. Again, we're in that kind of month here where we know that Grievous is coming, and we don't know what's around the corner at the end of the month, beginning of March, that they could drop. And the reason I say that is we got caught with Chewbacca and then immediately going to Revan.
Surprise!
We don't want you guys to be caught like that again. So our recommendation is, even once the kit's announced for Grievous and the droids, and we see all that, don't get caught unaware. Hoard your crystals, hoard your credits, hoard your gear. Unless they're vital characters like Jolie, certain specific things for your PvP team or things of that nature. Revan, a lot of people have unlocked Revan but do not have the gear done on him. That's a priority because that's your arena team, that's crystals, that's a lot of stuff. So that you will invest in. But
the moral of that is let us take the hit before you risk your resources, because we're going to have guys that are going to test out what's coming and be able to tell you whether it's a waste of time or not.
Yeah, and even if it's not a waste of time, still hold, because we still don't know what's coming around the corner. Some people like me that have all the droids 7 stars, and a lot of them are gear 9, gear 10. I could take Grievous up easily right now. I'm not doing it, and I have the stuff to do it because I don't know what's to be expected. And even if he's good, I'm still hesitant because I want to see what's around the bend. A week or two after Grievous comes out, is not going to affect anything for me. So really hoard your stuff. But I think just your farm that you have done, Rio, is really good. Basically, what I'm seeing from your roster is a lot of the teams are farmed. They're 7 stars. It's just gear. So after you get Jolie done, we give this a little bit to see what's going to happen in February here. My recommendation to you is just pick a team. Take them to 11. Let's start first order. Let's do troopers, and just start picking a team, get them to 11. And the Zetas. Gear 12 is not a priority. You just want to get them to 11. So that the team is viable for you in territory wars or territory battles or grand arena. This is this kind of stuff that makes a difference for you and your guild, is to have those complete teams where they're viable. You can throw bounty hunters in there, they're good to go. You can throw first order in there, they're good to go. And you can be competitive. And you're actually contributing to, and working on their gear will add GP, but it's not a lot of GP, and it's not fluff GP. Gear is never a fluff unless it's a character that you're taking, like Cup, and you level 85 and you put gear 7 on him. You're never going to use them, don't do that. But characters like Imperial Troopers, First Order, are characters and teams that you can do. So that's kind of, and the farm you're doing on, whatever you're farming on, I don't know. It wasn't in here, so it looks like you're farming the right stuff. Just keep on farming what you're farming. Modding. All right, he's talking about his arena team. We mentioned the Jolie team. Anything you're seeing in mods, any of you guys? Okay. I'll go look myself.
Sorry, I had to get up for a moment. Ew, looks like his mods are spread around.
Are they? Well, first thing I want to know is his fastest mods on Resin?
I don't know. It doesn't. Well, I'm seeing.
They're not.
The first thing, yeah, and the other thing I'm not seeing is speed set. You need a speed set on Revan. You want him to be the fastest, and I'm not seeing one that on Revan.
So therein lies the problem.
Yeah, there's not a lot of speed here sets. Period. I'm not seeing.
Yeah, he's lacking speed sets.
They're there, but
and
okay,
no, they're
there's some
lower.
Yeah,
he is probably better off running non-speed set. I think just kind of eyeballing it right now. He might be able to generate more speed on his Revan without using a speed set.
It's 286. I looked at his Revan
best
already.
Other mods.
Yeah,
but he doesn't have all of his best other mods on his Revan.
No,
Revan is slowing down a little bit. And I think this is partly because you've been focusing on some of the primaries and whatnot. Simple example, you have a 15-speed health triangle on your Revan, while you have a 19-speed on your Grandmaster Yoda. But your Grandmaster Yoda has a critical damage stat, and so that may be why you're doing it. But critical damage works on Revan as well, and you do need to get Revan faster. And so that's probably one that you want to switch.
And I'm noticing he's got, that 20 diamond on BB-8 and an 18 on Revan. You should swap those.
Yeah, every little bit of speed
Exactly.
counts for Revan. It really does.
Now, part of it is that you're lacking speed sets, right? So I'm kind of looking at what your speed set mods are, and you have like one cross, and then I'm seeing a few squares. So it's depth in your speed set that is likely going to be slowing up your roster a little bit from you getting your fastest, like your characters even faster. So that would be something you want to consider as well, just more speed set mods, because he really is very reliant on speed. Like the whole character is all about getting speed, and yeah, so that would be something you wanna work on.
Yeah, those are the big things. And then Jolie getting him done. But yeah, Revan is speed, and more speed. I mean, it's just the name of the game. And you need some speed sets. So from what you asked us to look at, and from what we're seeing here, my friend Rio, is that farming's fine. Keep doing your farming plan. Got to get Jolie to 12, and then let's hoard some stuff. We don't know what's coming out here in February, so just hold on. And then once we get a better understanding, then you can start picking your teams and start taking to 11 and stuff like that. And then let's work on getting some more speed sets with speed secondaries. Let's look at maybe remodding your Revan a little bit for the fastest speed possible. If you can add 10, 12 speed on him, I mean, it makes a huge difference, you know, if your Revan can go first. And maybe that's what's slowing you down, is that these other guys' Revans are going first, they're able to beat you. Not so much on your offense, because you can dictate things on offense, but on defense, if your Revan goes first, you know, it makes it a little bit more difficult for teams to beat you. So, just that's all we're saying. So, I think that's all that he wanted. Now, Rio, that's what you had in your roster review. So, if you have any other questions or anything, just hit us up in Discord, and we will definitely see what we can do to answer any of your questions, especially with the modding stuff.
You know, I just noticed a theme here. You know, this is an EA game.
Yeah.
And our characters need a lot of speed mods to compete.
Okay.
And EA makes another game called Need for Speed.
No, Graham. Graham.
And a lot of people are in the need of speed in Galaxy Heroes as well.
No, Graham. No. Take off your aluminum. No. All right. Next one we're going to do is Sicilian Anarchy's profile. They are in Dark Lords as well. Current rank of 23 in arena, 19 of ships. So let's see what they are asking for. I was wondering if you could do a roster review and mod review for me and give me some advice. I would appreciate a review tailored toward my Zetas, preferably a type of priority list that I can start working my way down. Alright, so Zetas is the main thing, just an overall roster review, but we'll focus on your Zetas and what Zetas you should work on next. And that's not a problem, so let's get in here and dig in. Alright, let's just look at Revan. He's running Revan, so doing alright there.
Yeah, triple Zeta Revan, which is good.
Roster is really good. Holy crap.
Need for Speed movie was good as well. Jesse.
Listen, we're not talking about Need for Speed. My
what's
God,
it called? And
the hell out of
Mercury
here.
was in it as well. Yay! You had singing and you had
list?
crystal meth. I mean, what's not to like about that? And a Bugatti Veyron.
All right, stop it. All right, so this is a really solid roster. I'm just looking at this. He's 3.7 GP and he has 66 gear 12s. Pretty good. Not too shabby. All the pillars.
He's got most of the Zetas that matter.
Yeah, I'm just looking.
Wow.
So I'm just going to go through teams. I mean, just looking for maybe Zeta ideas. Just works faster for me. Bounty Hunters are fine. First Order. Put this on the back burner. Kylo Ren, First Order Stormtrooper are possibilities. The round out. I mean, his First Order is 12, but the Zetas on First Order Stormtrooper is a needed piece for. I mean, his Zeta is pretty good, and Kylo Ren's as well. Regular Kylo Ren. So that's two possibilities there. We'll list them in order that you should probably do them, but I'm just saying those are two that you probably want to consider. Imperial Troopers. Beers is really all you need. That's fine. Stark, you need to get your Stark up to gear 11, homie, and above 235 speed. Get him into that Stormtrooper team, damn it.
Oh, there's one right there. Mother Talzin's unique. He does not have.
So add that, make a list. So we've got, I'm gonna write this down. So we've got Coral Road, FOST, and Talzin.
Man, his Night Sisters are nice.
This is a really nice roster. I mean, for 3.7 to have all this done is unbelievably good. This is a great roster. I'm just looking at his Jedi. I'm just going through his teams to see for Zetas because I already know that. Look at his Jedi. God, most of them are gear 12. Jesus.
Also, loyal friend on Chewbacca.
Loyal friend on Chewbacca. Let me add that. Chewie. Loyal. Okay.
Oh, he doesn't have any Zetas on 3PO.
3PO?
And in the end, the decision is hold your Zetas.
Well, yeah, we got some stuff coming out this month.
Yeah, hold on to them, but there are some really good Zetas.
Well, once we know, then we can again go back in, and if the rework for Grievous or the new characters they're going to introduce are worth it, then maybe we go there first. But these are just Zetas that are popping up as we're going through your roster that are like, okay, these will make your teams better.
Man, this is a nice.
That was the only one on Rebels that you saw was 3PO and Chewbacca, right?
The only one that really stood out.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay,
I mean, there are some other characters that the Zetas are nice, but he doesn't really need them.
I'm just looking at Scoundrels. Emphasis done.
I mean, he's working on his Kira Stahl team a little bit because he has some on Mission and Zalbar.
I mean, eventually Vandor Chewie, but I mean
that's the one I was thinking. But his L3 is still kind of behind, and so he may.
Well, it's 7 stars, which is fantastic. Yeah, I mean, he could put that.
Well,
based on where he is with the gear, he may want to just save it because.
Oh yeah, don't do anything yet. Yeah. I'll put Vandor
on those ones up first. The other ones are a little bit closer to being kind of ready to use with the Zeta and all of that. So that would just be one potentially. Did you do Emperor Palpatine lead, by the way?
I haven't got the Sith yet.
Okay. One potential if he wants to build a second.
Possibly.
He doesn't have PPs.
Okay.
Yeah, if he wants to build a second Sith team, potentially.
That's a possibility. Yeah, I always keep the Triumvirate together with like Sith Trooper, and I think, depending on the team, I may go, an extra damage dealer that I'm facing. And I like to keep Palpatine and Vader together with like an Empire team, with like Tarkin, Royal Guard, and my TIE Fighter pilot. So that can give you two really good teams that you can use in Territory Wars and GW, Grand Arena. So, all right, let's just look at.
And his Tuskens could use some work.
Get the hell out of here, Grim. If you're not going to participate rightly, then the hell out of here.
Turkey Shaman, most undervalued toon in the game.
There's a reason why. He sucks.
He does not.
No, he doesn't.
Sucks.
I've got a video out with Turkey
Shaman.
Shaman.
Yes. Go ahead and work on your Turkey Shaman, and when you get no value out of him, you can punch Finn and Mike in the face.
Okay.
Rogue One, there's a couple for Jyn and Cassian, but that's way down the list.
Yeah, I think it's first order for him. That's where his...
Yeah, I already have those listed already. As
I think those would be his top ones. Honestly, so depends how his first order team runs, right? Like if you're not really noticing much and you're still doing fine.
I think he would, because the way the first order team works, you really need that Zeta on first order Stormtrooper and
that's the main one, right? You can put one on.
Well, Kylo too, because of the turn meter he gives and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can put one on Mass Kylo. It helps, but really, first order Stormtrooper is probably the one.
That's the one that stood out to me. I would do that before Kylo Ren if you're working on your first order.
Agreed.
Kylo Ren's the last one you do on that team. Regular.
And I would keep a bank of 3 Zetas before you spend anything.
Well, the thing, Kylo Zeta, masked Kylo Zeta, that's just his protection recovery on Outrage. Remember?
Yeah, but that's what makes it so he's very difficult to kill on that team.
Yeah.
His recovery of his protection based on the damage he deals, and then you put him under Kylo Ren mask where he's recovering anyways, he becomes a menace to kill if you're not prepared for that team.
Nope. You have to use solid teams to beat First Order.
You can't... you force it with that. So I do like the prospect of First Order Stormtrooper and Kylo Ren. They're geared too, so you have two that are ready.
Yeah, gear 12, put the Zetas on, man. That makes your First Order
a lot better. I would say make sure that you have a stash of 3 right now, because we're getting like a Marquee B1, right? We're getting a Droideka somehow. There's going to be a rework of Grievous. So if they pan out to be useful, you'll want 3, maybe even 4 Zetas in order to be ready to max out their abilities, right? And chances are it's going to be a 2 Zeta. You don't typically see 3 Zetas with the with non-legendaries, and so Grievous will probably only be 2 Zeta max. And
yeah, I don't see a ton. Yeah,
we don't know what Droideka is coming out.
Yeah, we still know.
One is Marquee.
Yeah.
So,
though, to be honest, out of all the Zeta possibilities, I mean, I'm looking at the ones that we listed. I mean,
these are pretty important Zetas. Talzin's unique for Plague Bearer is pretty important.
Yeah.
The other two that stood out to me that we caught was Chewie's loyal friend, and then
that one's not really needed though.
I
the two that stood out the most to me is First Order Stormtrooper and C-3PO.
Yeah, I'll say 3PO's definitely.
I mean, 3PO makes the CLS team insane.
But he's not using it in arena, right? So
I know, but this
in the raid, you don't need the Zeta.
Well, he's not a priority. Use a First Order team in arena either.
But Territory Wars and Grand Arena, damn right, it's going to make a big difference.
Yeah,
that team can kill Revan.
Yes, 3PO's Zetas in Grand Arena. Ugh.
They're nasty. That's why I did them all. I'm like, hell yes. But I do agree with Finn that the ones on First Order, then I do. Not having Plague Bearer on Towson is a big deal. Yeah. I do agree.
I think with Towson and First Order Stormtrooper being his first.
Then Chewie and 3PO, and then you can start working on the extra stuff like Mandalore or Palpatine for other teams. But just looking at your Zetas, those are the ones I'd focus on after we know what happens in February. Yeah. Yeah. So that was just the Zeta overall look at his roster. What else did he ask? That's it,
this
really.
Is a really nice roster.
Yeah, this is a fantastic roster. If you guys are wondering what a under 4 mil GP devastatingly good roster is, this is it. Pillars done. I mean, the teams, the gear to have 66 gear 12s. There's hardly any fluff on this team. This is a well fine-tuned team, and I'd hate to face, if you're under 4 million GP, have fun with this dude. Now, especially though he's got Revan and stuff. Yeah, have fun. But no, really
I'm
great
looking
job.
at his mods right now too. He's got some pretty decent mods and a lot of mods to slice that have rolled really well.
Yeah, let's look at his mods. Looking at the mods. FGG.
I mean, to get to the, what was it, 5E? Not 5. 6, but the 5.
I don't.
Yeah, 5As.
He's got a lot of slicing left to do, but I mean, yeah, I'm seeing what you're saying.
Yeah, he's a lot of blue 3s.
Yeah,
lots of blue 3s.
Yeah, keep your slicing going. Let's try to get all these to 5A and stuff, because you may get some good rolls on these blues where you're like, well, I can definitely make that a gold and definitely put that on my arena team. And I like that all his best mods are on his arena team. Nothing wrong with that. Not seeing a lot of speed sets. I mean, they're there. Probably.
Well, one thing I did notice, he's got a bunch of gray or white, whatever you want to call them. Speed sets.
We need to get some. You need to work on your speed sets. The speed secondaries on those. You've got some decent ones, but I'm not seeing a lot of them, and I'm not seeing them. Yeah. Maybe one thing. So slicing and maybe getting some speed, 5 dot. Secondaries. You can get those out of the store and stuff, or you can just farm energy. I mean, I've told people before, you can still do slicing in a day and still farm mods, particular sets out of the day. Just sell everything 4 dot below, in your case, and look at the 5 ones, roll them a little bit, see what you get, especially if they have speed on them. And then, that's how you kind of do it. But that's all he asked for was that. I mean, looking at your roster, my friend, you are doing fantastic. I like this roster a lot. You are doing it the right way. And if you want your Zeta order, there you go. Now, again, caveat, wait till we find out what's going to go with Grievous, what's going to be needed. Is it going to be worth it? Is there another surprise character or something coming at the end of February into March? So there's a lot of stuff that's in the air. So this is a list that we've created for you on top of... the list that we just gave you could change depending on what we get from information based off the reworks and other stuff. So just hold off, just hoard your stuff. Not going to hurt you any.
Yeah, and to be honest, I think we might be getting a kit reveal here in the next couple of days. So
hopefully, yeah. Hopefully. All right. So that is your roster review. If you have any other questions, that's what you asked for, Sicilian. But if you have any other questions about what we talked about, feel free to hit us up in the Discord. And Finn, how can someone get a roster review with us?
Just head on to the RSG Discord. The link is in the description, or you can just go to realityskevedgamers.com/Discord. Head on to our Discord, message me, Finity. Make sure that I respond. If I don't respond, then
slap
just
him
PM again the next day.
You slap him
until I respond. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, make sure you send your GG page, and that's it. Okay, dokie in the pokey. All right, it's time for some questions. Let's get them knocked out sanely.
Daniel Morgan, question for Finn. Why do people need a statistical trial to prove that 4% is 4%? Is basic math that hard? Is this part of the same conspiracy that simming in threes gives higher drop rate?
Well, did you know 64% of statistics are made up on the spot?
60% of the time, this is 100% effective.
Okay, so there's two different things he's asking for. So the 4% thing, they're telling us the drop rate, right? So yes, it doesn't really matter. People just want to see it and prove it. So that's what they're doing, right? So it's fine. It's up to them how they want to do it. But yeah, 4% is 4%. It's going to be a 4% drop rate per energy. So the number of shards you're going to receive is going to be the same. Now, the simming thing is a little bit different. The reason it's different is because we don't know what the calculations are in the back end, right? So we assume that the drop rate is the same regardless. But you can have the ability to program it so that based on the number of sims, it changes the drop rate. That's not a very hard thing to potentially program. Will they do that? I have no idea. I haven't looked at the actual script or anything in order to figure out how they programmed it. So that one could be a little bit different. I'm just going to throw that out there. It looks like it's about the same, but I have not I have not documented nearly anything in order to say for sure one way or the other to any statistical significance. But this one, they're telling us what the drop rate is. So 4% is 4%, and that one is a little bit simpler.
Nathaniel Morgan, question, why is Palp's shuttle so shrouded in darkness? Kit coming this afternoon, right? We don't even know how many shards to unlock. By the way, you need 8,250 energy on average to 7-star. Don't think that's possible in 4 days with max refreshes.
Well, I think it's one of those things where it'll be kind of one of those things that they're trying where it's like, it's here, you can get some bunch of shards, and then it'll go away. Then it's back, and then you get a bunch of shards, and then it goes away. So I think that's how they're kind of playing it, to see maybe a different way of doing an event or something. I don't really know the details. They haven't really revealed all of it. So they're trying something different. I want to see how it works out, but I don't want to judge until we actually see how they're doing it and stuff like that. I mean, back in the day, Vader shards were, you had to complete,
all the achievements.
Yeah, to get Vader. That was the only way when we first started the game. So having a Vader unlocked, that's why a lot of people are upset, because he wasn't as powerful as he needed to be. It's like, wait, I just did all this for Vader and can't do what?
And the second hardest character to get was Grievous, and you're like, why?
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. 2 characters that you busted your ass for to get, and you're like, see, what had happened was. All right, next question.
So I just did the math. Like, if it does take 8,250 energy, and you use 144 energy, which is the max that you get, without using any crystals, and it's 4 days, it'll take you about 14 months. 14.32.
Okay.
Tangent Revolution. Question, getting characters to gear 11 is still hard. The high-end pieces seem to take forever to acquire. Do you spend a lot of energy on grinding gear, or just wait for it from raids and such?
I just wait for raids and stuff. I mean, the stores help tremendously too. But the way you get past that is you just hyper focus on a team and in that team's specific characters. I mean, that's just the way to do it. Like right now, I'm working on the Scoundrel team. So I've got mission at 10. I just need a couple more of these MK10s, right? You notice I haven't taken her up, even though I've got all the gear for it in abundance. But that's how you do it. You take a team like, say, the Scoundrel team. And you can see that I've worked on getting them to gear 11. I haven't taken any to gear 12. I'm just working on gear 11. And I'm kind of holding off on that. Like Young Lando or Vandor or L3. They're at a certain stage. And when I get them to 7 stars, then I start doing... I focus on the team, and then I focus on the character specifically in there. And then the store farming that I have and what I get from raids is what I use on that team. So I'm not spreading out across my entire roster going, oh, well, this. So that's kind of how you focus in a little bit is you focus on one character till you've got him to 11. Then you go to the next one. What do I need for gear 11? And... that's how you do it. The stores are there to get you the stuff that you're missing that you didn't get from raids and stuff. Because sometimes you're going to get excess in the raids that go to other characters, which is fine. It just means you'll have less to work on that character when it comes there. Because sometimes, you're hyper-focused on, say, mission. I'm trying to get these MK10s, but I'm getting all these Karbati stun guns and other things from the raids that are going to be more important for Vandor or L3. So when I go to do their gear, I'm like, oh, I've already got a lot of these. So that's kind of how I do it. I don't know how the rest of the guys do it, but that's how I focus on one team and then individuals on that team.
Darth Cyan 1972. Does anyone think the new EP shuttle would be a counter to Millennium Falcon? Isn't it too soon for the meta to change in fleet? Thought that this ship maybe needed more for a new capital ship instead.
I don't think it's going to be a counter. In fact, I think it's going to be synergistic with it, which is going to be bizarre, but I think it's going to be synergistic.
Oh, I think it's going to be a counter.
AoE days.
Anything's possible.
You got 2 ships that do AoE days, both of which are Sith.
Yeah, good point.
Ski Trooper, question pros and cons of subbing out Bastila for Hermit Yoda on a Revan, Jolie, Grandmaster Yoda, and GK team.
Pro, none. Con, don't very much.
You should probably switch out GK instead of...
Yeah, not Bastila. Pretty much, yeah. No, don't do that.
Helenix, question for Ranger. My Jedi Knight Revan and Jedi Bastila have just hit gear 11. My Ordo is at 7-star. My FNBS is at 6-star and 34 out of 100. My Jolie is at gear 9 and being brought to gear 11 at a minimum. Am I doing it right?
Yeah, the farming is totally separate than what you're working on, which is gear for your Revan team. So if you're farming gear for your Revan team, fine. And then your farm is just your farm. If you're farming those characters specifically, then you're doing it right. Unless you had those ass backwards, and I'm like, wait a minute, what are you doing?
The Axeman. Question, how should I mod Chewbacca, as in crit damage or offense, if I use him in a Revan team in place of Bastila?
Mikey.
Offense.
What do you do, buddy? You run old Chewbacca in the old Revan team? Did we lose Mike? All right, Mike's making tea. Finn.
Oh, finally! Oh, man, I've been hitting this trying to get mute to come off, and it's just it was disappearing before I could do it. I'm like, are you having a laugh? Okay, what was the question about
Chewie and the Revan team? How you mod them and stuff?
My Chewie. I don't know how my Chewie.
I mean, do you specifically mod it for the Revan team, or is it modded for like your Revan team and you just use it? No,
my Chewie's just. I tend to just like mod a character. Right, so my Chewie's running crit damage, crit chance, 234 speed. I don't know what that is. So it's got 85 additional speed. Primary damage is 4354, and 2004 on his special. I've just modded him to hit hard. The nice thing is, of course, he's under a Revan squad. If you're running Mr. Beardy in there, give him retribution. They don't like it when he gets retribution. And he's just going constantly. He doesn't take that many turns. He assists Yoda, because chances are Yoda will be the one that is... Was it the loyal friend one, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he grants loyal friend. You got the...
Guarded.
With the Zeta on there, away you go. Every time that Yoda goes, he does, and it's lovely. The thing I find with it is that you may have to have a slightly different opening, giggity, as in what I do with my Yoda. The first thing that my Yoda does is spreads the foresight tenacity up buff, or whatever that move is. Where is he? Battle meditation. I do battle meditation first, and that's the one Zeta I have on my Grandmaster Yoda. Do that first, and for some reason, when you do that, their Revan tends to target anyone other than him. If you lose him, it becomes a bit of a chore, although technically you haven't had a Jedi taken down and reset yet, so you still have 2 lives as such there, plus you've got Jolie in there, so it works nicely. But yeah, mod him to hit hard, because he's going to just be a jackhammer assisting Grandmaster Yoda.
Tilo Mad 92 question for Chewie event: what Zetas are needed on bounty hunters other than Bosk lead, and what Zetas are needed or nice to have for a solid bounty hunter team in other activities?
For the Chewie event, you just need Bosk lead, and for other activities, if you're using bounty hunters on offense, you really don't need anything. If you're putting bounty hunters on defense, Bosk unique is a good one. But other than that, all the other Zetas just amplify the team, but they're not necessary.
I've put 3 Zetas on there, and my Bosk is double Zetaed. Bosk was first, and since then, just because I'm playing around quite a bit with bounty hunters, I've done Aura's lead, which I love. The fact that all attackers are stealthed, and if you've got a fast Bosk, and you, depending how you run it, on what you're doing with them at the time, if you can spare Bosk being in there, him as the taunt, he taunts, they're all stealthed, they kill people, they stay stealthed, he taunts, cleanses, gives everyone a fence up and everything else, and and it's fun. It is fun. And the other one I did was the Django. Is it a special or a unique? Hang on, I'm still in there. My Django has
one that makes it to where people stay dead.
Yeah, notorious reputation. Enemies defeated on his turn cannot be revived. I went for that one just because. Well, why wouldn't you? You know, I felt that I had the Zeta that I could kind of, just have a fun Zeta rather than just working towards stuff all the time. And it's nice. It can be quite effective in like Grand Arena or Territory Wars or whatever. If he gets to kill a major character on his turn, they're gone. They ain't coming back. Except for zombie. There you go. But,
go ahead.
Oh, no, all I was going to say is the only one you really need to do is Bosk.
Vancelli, question: Ranger, are you ready for March 20th? If you're not, better start stocking up on wine and dirty Shirley's.
What's March 20th?
I don't know.
March 20th is Farquhar's birthday.
Oh.
And they want to have their roster reviews done.
Oh. Well, of course.
And we're caught up on questions.
Oh, wow. We're getting earlier than...
Well, there was one request in there. to see if Mike could say turn meter.
Hang on, I've just seen that. We were chatting with Smithy the other day. Turn meter. There you go. I said it where he had it there. Turn meter. Yeah. Turn meter. Fair enough. That's easier than fish ships. Yeah. I'm gonna not even bother with that one again.
David Bond, question: has any of the RNG crew, I'm guessing that's supposed to be RSG crew, started to stash fleet energy for the Palpatine ship event?
Nope.
Nope.
No,
I'm trying hard to, but the mod store is just too, like, you see a crit damage triangle with speed showing. It's like, okay, I don't care.
What?
I'm buying it.
Fleet energy.
What?
Oh,
I don't
fleet
even know what
energy.
the hell. What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant fleet currency because you were going to want to level it up and everything.
No.
I would desperately
Energy
love
to
to
get
get my 130 million spent on mods back in my fleet credits.
I'm not that concerned about the Emperor Palpatine Palpatine command shuttle. Yeah, I'd rather just continue my farm. It's not worthwhile. All right. Any more questions?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Grande Chingon. Question: is Cassian worth taking to Gear 11? He needs 3 golden eyeballs. It costs too damn high.
It's worth it, though. Cassian's amazing, man.
Yeah, it's great too. It's one of the best rebels.
Plus, it makes your Cassian ship even better.
He's coming off the bench. I would be fine with Gear 11. Not too much more.
Ouchie Dumpling question: can Ranger do Cobra Commander's voice?
No, but I can work on it. It's a very Cobra. It's like, oh my god, that hurts.
Just do Cobra Commander impersonating Ranger.
What? What?
Well, if he impersonates you can just talk normally and say that he's...
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Wow, we're on time. That's awesome.
Whoop.
Bones Jones 159 question: when do you think the rest of the Old Republic will be released? It should be today.
Soon, TM.
We would think today, right? But
I think today.
I'm
Typically
guessing
this evening they'll have an update and they'll be moved into free-to-play locations.
Yeah, look forward to another 2 more hard nodes.
Oh God, I really hope they don't. That would be.
Yep, one regular, light and dark side, or dark side, and one fleet hard node.
Now they'll just put them both on light side because they don't like putting stuff on dark side. Kane 77 question: do you think a capital ship is coming soon?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have the number of regular ships in order to validate that another capital ship would be able to field a full team. So yes, I think we do have a capital ship probably coming in the next couple months. That would be my guess. Possibly even.
Yeah, if General Grievous is getting a rework, we could see his capital ship.
And a light side one as well.
Helenix question: yesterday, Ouchie suggested roster roast as opposed to reviews. Where can I sign up for this?
Wow. I will talk with Ouchie after the stream.
David Bond question: what do you think the crew is going to be for Palp's command shuttle? It's probably going to be Palpatine and Royal Guard.
Yep.
I've seen that. I don't know where it came from, but maybe this is a lost thing, a mislead. But I've seen screenshots: Dark Side, Empire, Sith, Support, Crew, Emperor Palpatine, Royal Guard. Basic, deal physical damage to target enemy with a 75% chance to gain stealth for 2 turns. If Palpatine's shuttle was already stealth, this attack deals 50% more damage and ignores armor. And
where are you finding this?
I saw some screenshots earlier. Crew 1, cooldown 4, inflict target lock, defense down on target enemy.
Where are you getting this?
I'm getting this from Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes TH. I don't know. It goes TH ... But
and what's their sourcing for this?
I don't know.
Fake news.
Enter battle when Palpatine's shuttle is active. Empire and Sith allies gain plus 25% max health and dispel enemies whenever they score a critical hit.
I mean, it doesn't sound unreasonable, but it also, we have no idea if that's true or not. So,
yeah, I thought I led with that. I can't vouch for its authenticity, but it does look pretty cool.
Looks reasonable, but that RSG cannot confirm or deny the facts of the story presented by Mike.
Yeah, chances are that's theory crafted.
That's why I said it.
The TH stands for truth. Next question.
Brandon Kotu. Question, am I insane for making a point to get every Jedi in the game to Gear 12, including JKG? LOL.
Insane?
If you've got Gear 12, yes.
Yeah, Jedi Knight Guardian. Insane? No. You play it, it's a game.
You play how you want, man.
To give you the most enjoyment. I mean, this is what Jedi Master Adastra does. Her roster is what you're talking about.
She does what she wants with Jedi.
Exactly. It's a matter of what you find enjoyable, right? But if you're looking for putting your resources and making your roster the most competitive, then it would be something we would probably dissuade you from. But if it's what you're doing to have fun and that's what you enjoy doing, more power to you.
Yeah, go for it.
You wouldn't be the first person. There was a lot of people that have invested in other factions and stuff before because they simply just enjoy it. So it's a game.
Adastra, I think, has Jedi Knight Guardian at Gear 12, so...
Yeah. Adastra does too. Yeah, she's a
awesome.
Jedi Master. She knows that she has to at this point. Anytime a new Jedi is out there, you know you're going to be checking her roster to see how long it takes.
Someday I will face her in Grand Arena, and I will use nothing but Sith, and she will use nothing but Jedi. Game on.
And it will be epic.
Yes.
David Vaughn, question, can Mike share his inside intel?
No.
Actually, I found where it was posted in the official forums by, I don't know, by some weird dude. So I think it's theory crafted, but still.
If they left it up in the forums, it must not be legit.
This is also true.
Science?
Bones Jones 159. Question, I don't have a Zeta on Jolie, so should I be using Hermit Yoda as a replacement?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
So, yeah.
You can use him for defense, and you can potentially use someone like Ezra if you want on offense to help out.
Yep. But Jolie's where you want to go eventually.
Also, I don't know what you said. You don't have a Zeta on Jolie. I'm hoping your gear and everything is ready too. So make sure he is at least gear 11. I actually think gear 12 is probably needed on him because he is going to be a target otherwise. So you do need to make him somewhat tanky
and fast.
Yeah,
I know we covered that earlier, but I just reinforced it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like we get to end on time.
Hooray!
Yay.
Nice.
And Ranger's distracted.
Yeah, you're going to have to... I'm doing a ring.
All right. So thank you all for watching. This is the lunch hour where we try to go for about an hour. Sometimes we go long, but today it looks like we're on time. And we just have fun and we do roster reviews and all of that. So thank you all for joining us tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. We have our weekly Wednesday night Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes live stream where we'll go through the news and notes from the week and give you our opinions and thoughts on what's going on and what you can do in order to prepare. So please join us tonight. And Make sure that you donate to the Tiltify campaign and the American Cancer Society. If you are able to join us live today, we will be doing something else fun with the Tiltify during the stream. So please make sure that you guys do join.
All right. So that's our stream for today. Finn, yeah, you're going to have to finish this off, buddy.
What, you want me to hit end stream?
Oh, no. I mean, if there's anything else you want to close out.
Oh, no, that's it. Mike, anything you want to pimp?
Yeah,
Mike,
get a better mute button on mute button.
The epic struggles of Mike versus the mute button. All right, anything else, Mike? Oh, God, did he mute himself again?
I think he did.
God, this is some battle
until he comes back, make sure to smash that like button and click the bell icon to be notified when we stream more, and also make sure you're subscribed so you do get those notifications every time we stream. And please spread the word.
Can I have a blaster for this mute button too, please? Me and it are falling out, seriously.
Yeah, so please make sure that you catch the stream tonight. And yeah.
All right. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. So on behalf of myself and the crew, thank you guys for stopping in today. We really appreciate it. We will see you tonight for the Wednesday night stream. So have a good day, and we will holler at you later. Peace.